What's going on, guys? I am the White Guy. As well, you clicked on this channel, you clicked on this video. You may or may not be subscribed to this channel. If you're not, you should be. But yeah, you probably know who I am at this point if you're watching this video. And if you don't, welcome to this crazy place that you're not. Today we're playing some VRC Pro. As a note, before somebody asks in the comments, because this happened last time, and I know somebody will again. No, at the moment I am not using a transmitter. I was told there was one in the mail going to me. It should be here sometime in the next couple of weeks because the guy, I believe, shipped it out of France. So it should be here sometime soon-ish, give or take. But for now I'm playing on a PlayStation 4 controller, so there's before you ask about that. And today I figured we'd just mess about with the 1/8 scale electric buggies, and we're just gonna see how absolutely fast, and these things are retardedly fast. And they're just really fast and responsive in the air, and they've got enough power to just kind of sling out some donuts whenever you feel like doing that. And I just gotta give a shout out to that dust truck. It actually does look kind of cool. And there is this little behind the car view. I guess I'll do a lap of the track in this view first, so for those who want to see it. But yeah, this thing is, with this motor and this configuration, this thing's very fast and very, very difficult to control if you're not being careful. With it slides out a lot. It's got a lot of power if using jeez, I just can't English right now. This would be the brushless version, I assume, because this is the most powerful motor you can put in the electric 1/8 buggy. And I figured, hey, you might as well just go fast, right? So we've got this, and we're just gonna try and go fast through a lap here. I'll do one lap in this view starting now, and then I'll switch back to the regular view that you would expect when you're driving an RC car. So if you get this game and you don't have an RC transmitter, you can play it on a controller like this. If you want a short course racing game, you can just drive like this and play it as that. Or if you want an actual simulator, you can use an adapter you can buy off their website for a transmitter, which I think is like $15, I believe, and I should have that here in another week or so, give or take. Alright, see if we can do a backflip over this. Backflip! Oh man, I thought I had that. Yeah, these buggies are really quick. Like, they are just... they don't turn as well as I thought they did, apparently, but these things fly. They zip around. I am obviously not a pro. If you get somebody who actually... eventually I feel like I'll get good at this game, and eventually I'll probably get there to be able to control these things, like zip around every corner, full speed or full brake, because ideally in racing I guess you'd always want to be on the gas, all but floored on the gas, or just slammed on the brakes. That's the fastest way you could drive, apparently. But these things are just so fast. Like, they accelerate so quickly. You can just, like, just like that. You'd be just going very slow, not even moving up the face of a jump, and accelerate into the jump, and you'll have enough speed to make it. I think I want rostrum, I believe. There we go. Alright, I'm going to zoom in with this. Plus and minus on the number pad will zoom your camera in and out, by the way, so that's why I zoomed in a bit, and let's get this thing going up. Some people said they should take reverse out of the game. It's like, no, I feel like me and use this game, it's like a game, or maybe to get some practice, you're probably going to need reverse. I don't know why they take it out, but I feel like this game, at least on as far as I can tell on the controller, this game feels very realistic and a very, very accurate simulator from the controller. I imagine with the transmitter it would feel even better once that gets here, but this, like, everything just seems to respond as it should and feel pretty much how it should in reality. Like, if we, let's see if we can do a front flip over this next jump we got coming up. Not this one. This one, maybe. Oh, that's a step down, never mind. But yeah, these things just whip around the track so fast. It's kind of, like, from right here, if I back up maybe a foot, so we're just at the face of the jump here, and you just accelerate, you can easily clear that if you don't hit the wall like I just did there. Because I'm a pro, so, you know, we gotta bash into all the wall. That's the thing, you can't just if you just slam the accelerator out of the gate on these things, you'll slide around and drift. Because these do have enough power to just start spinning the wheels, and you'll lose control. If you just wail on the throttle of this, you will lose control of it, because these things do have enough power to easily spin their wheels a lot. So here, it's trying to front flip this next jump right here. Like, that's what I mean. They respond as well as they should in reality. Like, if you have one of these 1/8 scale buggies, and you have heavy-ish rims on it, you just, like, hit the gas or slam on the brakes in the air, it's extremely responsive, and it should be, because, like, if I do this... Look, oh, I clipped the wall there. Damn it. Like, here, I'll get this next little jump. I guess you could step that. You could hit that as a step up if you're good. It's really hard to tell where the car is going right now. Be neat for like a training mode if they could have like a green line pointed out in front of the car to show you where it's going on the track. Just a green line sticking out in front of the car for a bit to like show you a projected path of where you're gonna be or something. That'd be a neat little training mode thing. But that's what if you just saw right there and I hit the brakes in there, how the front end like dipped back down and hit the gas and it's supposed to have a space bar to reset, but it was apparently not an option. Alright. My car just fall through the floor. I can't tell what's going on here. Alright, I think we're good now. We're good? We're good. Alright. Let's come around here. Hit that double. Step on. Step off. Almost stepped off to the track. Just toss out a front flip like that. And you can do backflips with these in the game too, which I'll show next time we come across a big jump. I'll just backflip it. 'Cause these buggies are extremely responsive and they're fun to mess with. My favorite part of the game is honestly probably the short course trucks, because that's personally what I have, and I just prefer short course trucks. I think they look better and I have more fun with those. But if you want to go fast, you're not going to be able to beat an 8-scale buggy, especially the electric ones, at least in this game. As far as I can tell, these electric ones feel like they're a lot faster, at least. Maybe not faster top-end-wise, but these definitely accelerate harder than the nitro buggies, and my unprofessional opinion of this simulator is that the electrics will pull a lot harder than anything else in the game. Because with like a nitro motor or any combustion engine, really, there's a power band you have to get the motor up to, and it runs optimally at a certain range. Whereas electric, and before you can get 100% power output of the engine, it takes some time for that. Whereas with electric motors, the second you want full 100% power output, you have it. There's no delay in that. Electric just accelerates a lot faster because it's just instantly full power. Like, you couldn't do that in a nitro car. You just accelerate right at the face of the jump to get up to speed. You couldn't do that with nitro. You just couldn't. Toss out a backflip. There we go. Nice and simple. Come around back here. Watch out because there's a bump right there. I always seem to forget. If you get careful with the throttle, which I feel like it'd be a lot easier to control this throttle on a transmitter, you can just drift these things around the corners pretty smoothly. I'm just not at that amount of throttle control on a controller on a PlayStation 4 gamepad right now. I feel like when I get my transmitter, I've got a much wider range of motion there. I'll have a lot better control over that, and I should be able to drift these things around the track pretty smoothly. Try to hit those whoops like doubles. Short course truck, those would be like rollers or whoops you just kind of go over, but this you can like double them because these things are so fast. Another thing I guess would be a tip to add into the game. I feel like it could be cool if there's a way you could turn it to miles per hour for us Americans around here, because it's all in kilometers, and since I am an American, kilometers means nothing to me. I've got no idea. I don't know the conversion off the top of my head, so I've got no idea what that means. It's just a number. Say top speed, bottom right says top speed 70.2. That's just a number to me. I don't know what that is in miles per hour. If I could get that in miles per hour, it'd be a lot easier to follow for everybody in America, and it'd be a neat little, just a little option to toggle the units between the entire world and America, and I think Guam and some other principalities for that matter. Alright, there we go. You got back under the wheels, and yeah, these buggies are really low to the ground, so they're kind of hard to just bounce over these little track barrier things. Like the track barrier, I guess, is like plastic piping, from what I understand. Just like, yeah, there we go. Just keep around here and floor it. I want to try and break that top speed next time down that main straight. I wonder if I hit that fast enough, can I, like, instead of stepping on right there, can I, like, land it there? And it wouldn't be faster because you'd be singling out into the corner, but if you could get the step on, that'd be a really big jump to hit, and it'd probably look pretty cool. I didn't get a step on there, but I should be able to easily get that step off. There we go. Let's try and do another backflip. There we go. Just toss out a backflip. The electric car is just ridiculous. The amount of throttle response they have is just so high. Alright, step down there. And we'll go to one more track after this lap. I guess how far into the video am I? 9 minutes into the video on one track. So yeah, after this lap, I'll probably go hit up one more track for a bit and just bash around the buggy. I'm trying to think of tracks that these buggies would be fast on. Or these tracks where you could use the buggies will be fast. I'm trying to think of tracks in the game that you'd be able to use them to their full potential. Alright, kept that together, sort of. And, alright, let's go to a new track. So yes, I'm sure I want to leave that track behind to rebuild a carpet. If you want to have a track that changes like every other week or something, it's a lot easier to rebuild a carpet or rubber and plywood track than it is to reshape a dirt track, which is why a lot of the hobby shops do that. I think it'd be nice to see some rubber short course tracks that have a lot more grip than these dirt ones do, where if you hit the gas you don't spin out, you just accelerate ridiculously fast instead of spinning tires. I think that'd be a neat thing to see in the future to be added. Okay, so double into a triple. It's big. I don't know why you would go that far up on the hill all the way, because it's just a double out of there. big ol' straight. Gotta get on the brakes so that make sure that turn is really hard to get that angle right, but then you should be able to double, triple that. I'm gonna come into here, you want to double that, triple that, and I accelerated too hard in that triple, so I launched off the track. I also do like how occasionally you'll hear like a witty comment made from somebody else at the track. You'll hear somebody say, "Ha! Sucks to suck." I'm like, yep. Yes, it does. I think the grip factor on this track's a lot higher than it was in the last one I was at, because I... Oh, nope, never mind. I can still spin donuts. Alright. I gotta appreciate the dust in this game. Actually, it looks pretty good. Alright. Let's get around this corner. Around next corner, around that corner, double that, triple that, up the hill, just a little double out. That was, if you, oh, we're off the track right now. There we go. I don't know what just happened there, but I'll take it. Alright, just double that, triple that, there we go. That's where you need the power of the buggy to be able to get over that. Hopefully I don't overjump that triple again. There's only a mild overjump this time. Keep her on the track, and I'll just I'm closing out this lap, and we might stop pretty soon here. Alright, let's see. Let's get around there. Once more. Easy does it, easy does it. You don't hear the motor, because I'm like barely using... Like a quarter throttle on this setup for a car is like full throttle on the weaker motors, so that's why it seems kind of quiet. I'm just going a bit slower as you would with the car that's not overpoweredly brushless 6-cell LiPo. So I don't overjump everything. Looks right there, you can just slow down there. And again, since I kind of hit that tabletop wrong, was not able to get the triple. That jump's pretty easy one to triple out of most of the time. Just about all these lines you can grab with a short course truck. It's just these buggies. This is going to sound probably wrong. I probably am very wrong, but I think these buggies are a lot more forgiving for mistakes than the 110 short course trucks are. Because these 1/8 buggies accelerate a lot harder, can get going a lot faster, so if you make a mistake, you have a lot more power just in your car, so if you say make a mistake for you crash right there, you have enough power to just accelerate back up and clear a jump. Whereas the short course truck, if you make a mistake somewhere, you either have to back up or just case a jump really badly. See, like right here, if I stop right here, I can still accelerate to make that double and triple happen, whereas with a short course truck, you'd probably case the double and case the triple. Ew, we just jumped off the track right there. That's interesting. Hey, we just rolled right back in line for the double triple. Just jump right into that berm. All the way back down. I'm having issues. Like, it's a hard thing to get these things lined up using a controller. I don't have very much perspective about what's going on. Alright. Oh, we still hung on to that. No, we didn't. I lied. Alright, I'll probably do, like, one more lap here. So the videos might be getting a little bit longish. I don't know. I just get carried away with this game. I can just, like, I'll play this game for, like, an hour or two and just not even realize how much time has gone by. It's very good. If you're an RC car person, this is a very good thing to have. If you're an RC enthusiast, this is a good thing to have. If you want to just turn laps on tracks you probably won't be able to go to in your life, because there's like, I can't see traveling to Spain or somewhere just to drive around an RC track. So if you want to do that, this is a good way to get the hold of it, because this, aside from the graphics, which in my opinion the graphics are pretty good, and they're for a simulator, they're fine. I'd like it the way it is. Aside from it not looking exactly like reality, it feels like, just as far as I can tell, it's spot on with the... I know people are going to hate the word physics, but it's more or less spot on with reality where it should be. It's very, very good. That'd be a cool thing, though. No, I just thought of seeing it. I said physics. God, I'm stuttering and just breaking off in the middle of sentences now, but I said physics, and I think... I don't know, it'd be kind of nutty if you could, like, toy with the gravity in the game, so you could, like, have a track on the moon with lower gravity than you should be able to have. That'd be kind of nutty. But that's probably not the point of this, because the point of this is probably to be a simulator rather than just something to dick around with. But it's a very, very good thing. I like it a lot. Alright, let's get that double, get that triple, get the berm, try and get that double squeeze in there, because I cut that kind of short. Remember to slow down for that. I got one clean on that tabletop. Let's do one lap in this camera so you can see what a good lap on this track might look like if you actually hit the lines. Because the big issue I have with this game, I'm still working on it, because it's kind of... In reality, you've got like the 3D depth perception, because you have two eyes. But in this, you're looking at one screen, so you don't have that depth perception, and it's kind of hard to see where the car is going sometimes. So that's what makes it sort of difficult in this, is to hit the jumps going straight, so you don't just hit a jump and launch yourself off the side of the track, because you think you're going straight, but in reality you're not. So if you want to see what a good lap would look like, you'd I can just come into this camera, turn a lap, and set me a good lap time to try and follow. So this way it's very hard to get lost on the track because you can pretty easily see which way your car is going. Although I did wish that there was a camera option that followed the car around and turned with the car a little bit better, because there's this one that goes with the car, but this is so shaky. And this is like if you had a GoPro stuck on top of the car and you're trying to drive it from that, it's just so shaky, it's not really usable, and you can't zoom out in any way. So, yeah, I wish that this follow camera did a better job of not getting, of staying in line with the car, so you can't, like, spin out or during turns. Like, if I turn right here, maybe it'll happen. I don't know, if this camera did a better job staying in line with the car, it'd be a little bit easier to follow. There we go, I can jump that. Cut that corner, cut that, get that corner, double that, triple that. Double that, there we go. Alright, that was close enough to being a clean line for me. Alright, there we go. Through that corner. Oh, we blew out the berm. Double that. That's a little hip jump. It's a weird thing to hit, but that's probably going to do it for this video. If you guys want more VRC just messing around with other vehicles or other tracks, let me know and I can make it happen. Thank you all for watching, and I'm going to try and leave you with a backflip over the next jump I can find here. Let's see, it's try and backflip or front flip this triple. Alright, that's close enough for me. I'll take that. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the future, hopefully.